Dustin Poirier saw red during brutal street fight where people were dropping left and right. Dustin Poirier couldn't control himself in a violent street brawl after someone rendered him nothing short of furious. In his esteemed career, the Diamond has proven his fighting heart in abundance, regularly entertaining crowds with his all-action performances. Poirier even pitched the UFC a four-man one-night UFC tournament, before eventually agreeing to a third fight with Max Holloway. However, on one occasion, he did get to fight multiple opponents in the same evening. It was just on the streets rather than inside the octagon. Dustin Poirier's friend dropped several people during a street fight. Dustin Poirier is considered one of the nicest guys in all of mixed martial arts, with fans resonating with his humble personality. However, the athlete revealed that if you mess with his loved ones, then he's not afraid to unleash his fury. During an episode of This Past Weekend with Theo Vaughn, the icon explained, "One Mardi Gras, down in Lafayette, Louisiana, I was at my brother's house and it was like a street party, and my wife was leaning over a fence, talking to somebody. Guys from next door came over and bent over her back, and one of them put his hand on her stomach and started talking in her ear, and bro." Knowing what was coming next, the host added, "You just so red." Is no secret that Dustin Poirier has great animosity and belligerence, having recently clashed with the likes of Colby Covington and Conor McGregor, but one new addition to his collection of brawls is the one with Michael Chandler. An age-old problem that should be left in the past. Dustin Poirier calls Michael Chandler a bitch, and he is surprised to think that everything was settled between them. The bickering between the two fighters does not stop, but now there is a white flag in the field of war. Imagine a fight between him and me. I love that dog, Poirier dash. He's a real fighter. He goes in there and fights to the finish. You're going to have that guy in front of you fighting and trying to rip your head off for as long as the fight lasts. It's a great fight, Poirier said a few months ago. In fact, such is Ilya's respect for the Diamond that it was the only name he considered beyond Islam Makhachev or Charles Oliveira. However, the UFC preferred the Holloway and BMF card as the main event of a numbered event.
UFC fighter Cedric Dumas is behind bars in the Florida Panhandle on robbery and battery charges. Online arrest records showed Dumas had been arrested on Monday on 5 charges related to felony home invasion robbery without a firearm, felony possession of a weapon by a convicted felon, felony possession of a controlled substance, misdemeanor battery, and misdemeanor drug equipment possession and/or use in Escambia County, Florida. UFC's Cedric Dumas arrested on charges including robbery, battery with $558,000 bond.